I want to know exactly, in your mind, when did the light go off and say, I got this, and did you feel any competition to go against, the members of NWA, to hold that high standard? Because they was hot, they was fire too, they was raw from the streets. So did you feel any pressure to carry that torch?
Not at all, man, because we was into what we was doing, so nothing else really mattered. You know what I mean? Like, we was so into being rappers and writing our raps and group huddles and, you know what I mean, teamwork make the dream work type of thing, so we didn't feel no pressure, even though Eazy-E tried to apply some, because he always used to say, if my group was together, y'all couldn't touch us. You know what I mean? We'd be like,
So
hey, we'd tear y'all up, man.
So you took that as motivation. Did you feel like that's what he was trying to do, motivate you guys?
He was definitely motivating us, you know what I mean? Because if you remember at that time, NWA broke up. E was the underdog, you know what I mean? And he still loved his group. So every day he would say, y'all couldn't touch us if we was together. You know what I mean? And every day we'd go in and write 5, 6, 7 songs. Like, man, y'all ain't dropping them like this, E. You know what I mean? And that was our thing. That was what he used to mess with us and keep us motivated. And it was fun, though. It was healthy competition. Competition bring money.
Was it a challenge to bring that new style, that Cleveland style, out to California and make them feel it?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it definitely was. Because, they was like Atari. We was like the new Xbox or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we was actually living in the hoods, Mansfield hood, real gangsters. Like, man, if y'all gonna be around here, we gotta protect y'all. But our skills saved us, cause the first time we rapped for them, they opened the door. Oh man, what y'all need? Y'all cool? We got Tone Loc live down the street. I'm gonna take you over there. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, yeah, man, it was definitely a challenge. I remember one time we did a gong show out there. You know what I mean?
The original gong
show? We did a gong show, man.
Y'all remember the gong show?
Hey, we got up there, start rapping with no beat, man. They said, boom, get out of here with that Oriental shit. Oh, man.
But that didn't deter you. You kept going, kept pressing on, right?
Yeah,
now, Layzie, you had an accomplishment few people had the luxury of ever having. You and your guys, you made music with two of the biggest names besides your own group, Biggie and Tupac.
Right.
I mean, how real is that, man?
Oh, man, it's like you couldn't have wrote this story no better, man.
How did those situations even come to happen?
Well, first of all, with Biggie, I had a little history with Biggie. We met up in New York at Russell Simmons' I forget what, a Christmas party or something like that, and at that time we was going at it with Wu-Tang Clan. And,
what you mean going at it?
I mean, we had some issues, man. No, we had issues. We had real issues.
Oh, y'all had real issues.
Yeah, we was crazy.
Wow.
They was crazier. We was crazy. They got crazier. It was just, it was one of those, man. It's real. It was real. When Pac and Biggie was living, the game was raw. I mean, going to a war show. Man, I'm talking about, man, let me tell you, man, you really had to be on your P's. You had to stay on your toes. You know what I mean? But working with them guys, like, Biggie had diffused the situation for us, you know what I mean? So we was, like, really, really tight. Hanging with Puff and all them guys, Lil C's, Lil Kim, all them, the whole Junior Mafia. So it was like our cliques and they cliques was really tight. So when Big was working on his new album, the Life After Death, he called us up. Puffy called us up like, yeah, man, Big requesting y'all, man. You know what I mean? We like, what?
I was
on the crack.
And how it happened with Pac, it was...
And let me say this, too, so we keeping it real. And Puffy cut that check, man. Puff don't be playing, man. Puff got that loan money, man. That's loan money right there.
Right.
Yeah, he took care of his little G's, man.
Okay.
Yeah, what up, Puff? Yeah. Holla at me. Remember Bone and Biggie? Yeah. I'm still here. I'm a bad boy. What's up? And on the Pac side, man, actually, man, I'll never forget it. We were staying in the same hotel with Pac when he first got out of jail. You know what I mean? It was the Le Parc Hotel, and Pac was driving a black drop-top Benz. And when he came, he pulled up, jumped out, dropped top. Yeah, what's up, Bone? He said his favorite. I never forget it. His favorite song while he was locked up was Crossroads, and that's the Crossroads before the one we remixed for Easy. It was an original one we did for Wally that he knew about. And he was like, that's my favorite song. We got to work. We going to do a Thug Nation. We going to do a Thug Nation. Then one day, him and Busy, somehow hook up at some bar. Next thing I know, we all in the studio, B calling us, Pac in the studio, get down here right now. And then and the rest was history.
Now, did he go into that with you about Thug Nation? Was there substance to that?
It was definitely substance to it. Like Pac, man, he was deep, he was the reason I read Art of War and Machiavelli. A lot of people don't know about Sun Tzu and the Art of War and all that. But
so
Pac
he
had
actually
us.
shared that stuff.
Yeah, he was like, man, check this out. Read this book, man. You know what I mean? Like Pac was that dude, very, very intellectual, man. Like, I just think he got caught up in the wrong situation, wrong generals. That's just my personal feelings. But he was definitely trying to create like a organization. Like he felt that we should own our own stuff. He was on that. He was on that Ray Charles. You know what I mean? Like, man, we gonna own everything, and it was definitely substance to it. So it wasn't just a bunch of guys running around talking about we tough.
Right.
What
was your psyche like then? Was it because you just caught your break? You want to make music. You want to make money. I don't know. At that time, too many people would be on some revolutionary stuff unless they had vision. What was the thinking at the time when that was all being introduced to you? The readings, the writings, the train of thought, and then being up in a mix, recording music and everything. Was that a dueling thing in your mind? Or
I mean, it was something that we was always on. Bone, we always felt like, with the Panthers and, all the movements. Throughout the generations, we followed all that. Our parents went through that. We from Glenville area. Right. You know what I mean? So, it's really a political state of mind we come from. You know what I mean? It was just when the crack came in, it wiped out a lot of things that was going on, caught up. Our parents got caught up in a lot of stuff, that was brought down from the government.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, we always been deep like that, and I think if Pac wouldn't have never passed, he would have definitely been. We would have been in the same group doing it like that, because I was on. When he gave it to me, I was on it. You know what I mean?
So what did you take from those two great artists right there, personally, as an artist yourself?
What's about the legacy we leave for Bone, for Bone's children, for Cleveland, Ohio, everything we represent? It turned into a legacy thing. Like, what we gonna leave behind? What we gonna build? You know what I mean? So it's all about the
now,
kids.
Now, going forward a little bit more, and you came out and you had success with Bone Thugs, together, and you had your, albums then, speak to some of the controversies that was going up, because there was a lot of rumors that you guys were breaking up, and I just felt like, once you got into the business, you wanted to do solo things, but it wasn't really much of a breaking up thing. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, I mean, we did. We brothers, man. We always had fallouts before we even made a record together, you know what I mean? But we always came back together. And on the solo side, like, we always had a plan, you know what I mean, to go solo, have solo records. We was plotting on the dynasty. We gonna do a Bone record, a solo, a Bone record, a solo, a Bone record. Right. Like we was planning on getting that money, because, I mean, we write songs together, but if I'm at home and Cray at home and we meet up that day later, he probably done wrote a song, I done wrote a song, you know what I mean? So, I mean, we talented like that, So basically, man, that's, it's been a long road, but at the same time, Bone Thugs and Harmony will never break up, man. It's like we've been through too much. We been through the hardest part.
Right.
That's when we was broke.
Right.
Being broke was the hard part. You know what I mean?
Right.
We talking. We arguing about who gonna drive that Benz today. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't nothing. It's just the media. That's what they do. They bring you up to tear you down. You know what I mean? And then they saw our little situations and they used it against us. And we was young enough to let them do that. But that's over with. Live and learn. We got this.